All right, guys, let's talk for a minute. I want to help you guys as much as I can. I don't have all the answers, by the way. I want y'all to know that I'm not going to be some person just because I'm in a position where a lot of people follow me and know me. I'm going to act like I have all the answers. I'm figuring this out as we go, as we all go through this, because this is all uncharted territories for us all. But these are some things that I'm doing in my life to protect my mental health. And obviously, there's things I can talk about like meditation and moving my body in the morning. I just got in my workout and literally it helps me. When somebody said they just stand in their bed, that's what depression wants you to do. And I know it's easier said than done, but you have to move your body. I don't care if it's, doing a 10-minute workout where you're just doing body weight air squats, or even if you're meditating, like you want to do these things. So, and this is something you can apply to yourself and to your family. I'm going to talk about from a family perspective, but this is for your own life too. You can apply it to yourself. I talked about releases. If you are familiar with the rehab process, you know it's 3 R's, right? Reality, release, repair. And release is very important. And I needed this in my life because, to be frank with you and super transparent, these last few weeks have been frustrating. I didn't even really realize it. That's the scary part when you're going through these moments of frustration, when you're going through these moments of like mild anxiety and you don't even realize it, like your subconscious is working. You're waking up, man, feeling like, why do I feel so heavy in my soul? Or why don't I feel connected as I usually am? Well, that's because your world got turned upside down, like a lot of us. That's because a lot of us are worried. A lot of us are living in fear, and you're a human being. So I get it. But if we want to progress in our life, if we want to win this war mentally, then we have to start setting ourselves up to win this war mentally that we're going through, because we can't control the physical necessarily. Obviously, we can take precaution. We can follow guidelines. Or I'm not just saying live free and nothing's going to happen. You want to do the right things. You want to protect your family. Do the right things, do the guidelines. But also, this is a mental battle. Like, this is a very mental battle. And I want to be clear with that. And life in general is a mental battle. This is where you win in at. When I played sports, sports is not necessarily physical. Sports is mental, especially the higher you go up, NFL, college. It's all about the mental, right? The person who's more mentally prepared, the person who has more emotional intelligence will be the person that survives through that struggle. And so these are things that I'm doing. Do it or not. I talk about this on my podcast today. So go listen to the Straight Up podcast. It is free. I would definitely tell you to read books during this time, listen to podcasts, whether it's somebody else's or mine. And I'm definitely giving you all the information that I can. And so these are 5 releases that if I'm you, I'm doing this every single day, or I'm trying my best. Okay? Because when I don't do this, or when my family doesn't do this, I feel the tension. I feel the stress for my kids. I feel the stress for my wife. I feel the stress for myself. And then if you're in an environment of stress, guess what's going to happen? Everybody's going to be stressed out. And guess what's going to happen? Everybody's going to start pointing fingers at each other. Guess what's going to happen? Arguments are going to happen. There's a stat right now in China that the divorce rate is going up. And you know why? Because this virus has the power to destroy families. Why? Because it has the power to break down people mentally. And so during this time of mentally breaking down, you have to fight to mentally build yourself up. You have to do it. There's no negotiation. This is non-negotiable. You have to do these things. So here are the 5 things. Number 1 is an energy release. Okay. We all need to move our body. I know this seems simple, but you have to. Movement influences mood. I just spent 30, even if it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I just spent 30 minutes or 45 minutes moving my body. Because I know when I don't move my body, frustration has nowhere to go. I need to release the toxins. I need to release my toxic thoughts. It has nowhere to go if I'm standing still. Depression has nowhere to go. Anxiety has nowhere to go. When we move our body, we change our life. We change our mindset. We change the frequency. We change our vibrations. We change our energy. It's just facts. Okay, so move your body. If it's going for a walk, if it's doing a body weight workout, if it's riding a bike, I don't care, yoga, Pilates, anything. And you ask, like, I don't have nobody, go on YouTube. There's plenty of free stuff in the world. Okay, I just made my own movement today where I was just moving around and just moving my body, making up stuff, and it felt good. Okay, so number 1 is an energy release. Number 2, that I believe that is very important. And you might say, okay, how does this apply to my kids? Make sure your kids are moving. If you have kids, understand their life has been flipped upside down. They might not even know it, but they don't have that release of school no more. They don't have that release of sports or dance or gymnastics. It's no longer there. They're not really going outside. For some of us, we can't go outside. So you have to make sure they're releasing their energy also, whether it's riding bikes, playing in the backyard. Be creative, okay? Which brings me to my second release, is creative release. What does this mean? It means that it's time for you to spark your creativity. A stagnant mind is a dangerous mind. An idle mind is a dangerous mind. I personally believe this is true, okay? The enemy to depression is progression. The enemy to depression is progression. When you show yourself that you can progress despite hard times, despite struggle, despite inconvenience, it builds your mindset up. Literally. Let's get it.